YouTube friends. So we're back in the shop. We're about to move on to the next thing on the little sporty, which is going to be the handlebar risers. So let's have a look. So we need to remove these big 3/4 inch bolts that hold the risers to the triple tree. I've already got everything covered up so I don't scratch nothing. So there's 2 of those. And then these 4 bolts on the handlebar clamp. So I'm going to just break those loose first and then take these out and then undo the clamp from the bars and then put the new risers in place, and hopefully all my wires and everything is long enough. We're not going very big, so I should have plenty of wires and stuff. And not have to make anything longer or change anything as far as wiring and cables and whatnot goes. And these bar clamp bolts are 1/4 inch Allen. Now that those are broke loose, this is where an extra pair of hands would come in handy. I guess the best way is going to be to just set these in place. And there is a left and a right, so you want to make sure you've got them in the right spot. Get your handlebars nice and centered. not going to do anything with the bar clamps yet. So start these two. All right. Now I'm just going to run them in. The bar's nice and centered. Now. Oh, well, that's awesome. These don't go all the way through, and the original ones did, so I need shorter bolts. You see what I can find. Need all 4 shorter bolts. That's the thing you might run into. Say it's super accurate, but I'm just going to kind of line this up and measure how long I want it. And mark it with a marker and then cut it off and put a chamfer on the end. I'd rather be a little long and have to cut it again than be too short. There's a die, thread cutting die, just to make sure I don't have any burrs in there that are going to mess up my new risers. All right, so I've cut these down to the length I need and put a bit of a chamfer on the end and then run them through a die to make sure there's nothing in the threads. So now they're ready to go back in. Now let's find out if this one's short enough. All right, that one is short enough. So I'm going to mark this one at the same length. Do the same thing. All right, that's threading in nice. So I'm going to get some blue Loctite and a torque wrench. The bar clamp bolts want 14 to 18 foot-pounds, so I'm going to put 16 on them. Seems pretty good to me. Yeah, come on in.
Hi.
Can you grab me that Loctite off the toolbox, please?
Are you filming?
I am.
Where is it?
On top of the toolbox. Above your head.
Oh.
You are just in time.
Yeah?
You are. Now you can sit on this bike and see how these handlebars feel. Go ahead. Is that a little better?
Yeah, those are good.
Perfect. Torque them down. Alright, I still need to torque the risers, but I need to take them back out one at a time and put red Loctite on them first. So hold right on to those and don't let them move. Now let's take off the tank. Take the wires. So you can about 60 foot-pounds. Let's find out. Oh, it was 50 foot-pounds. 30 to 40 foot-pounds. So we're going to give him 35. Yeah, we'll give him the full 40. And there they are. She looks comfy.
It's comfy. It's a way, I don't remember how they were before, but
They
they're
were
comfy now.
they were way down here
Yeah, because
before.
they were,
Yep.
this is comfy.
And you said you had to reach a little, and it was.
Yep.
So now I am going to have to take and just undo the tank and tip it up a little bit and get these wires out of this bracket so there'll be room for everything to reach. All right, now we need to just move the tank a little bit so I can get that wiring through so I can actually turn the handlebars on this thing. And we'll be good to go with that change to handlebar risers. All right, these are the same front and back. Got a 1/4 inch Allen here, just a 1/2 inch nut on this side, and a little rubber boot on the end to keep from scuffing anything. So let's get those out of there. I'm not going to completely remove the tank, I'm just going to move it back enough to get it out of the way. And I like to keep everything covered up while I do this and use long extensions so I don't whack anything with a ratchet handle and scratch any paint anywhere. And the rear tank bolt is just slightly shorter than the front. There we go. Don't have to unhook anything from the tank, just need to move it aside just enough. Now I've got my little bracket back in place. And my tank's back in place. Well, that's problematic. The risers hit the tank. We can't steer the bike. This ain't gonna work. So this is one of those things that happens when you're customizing a bike. Sometimes you don't know if your plan is gonna work until you try it. And these risers are not tall enough, or just not quite right for what I wanted to do, so they're gonna hit the tank. So it ain't gonna work. I gotta take them back off. Now there was a lot of things I could have done, and there's still a lot of things I can do, but for the moment, the original risers are gonna go back on, and then we'll decide whether we want to try and put taller risers or different handlebars entirely, or what exactly we want to do. Because if these risers had come straight up, it would probably clear the tank, but they need to come back for her to reach the bars more easily. So if I find some that come up taller and then come back, we can do that, or we can put the original risers back on and find some different handlebars that come up and back. But whatever we decide, for now it's going back to stock. And whatever I do differently to make it fit her better. Now I got these because I didn't want to have to spend huge amounts of time and money replacing all the brake lines and throttle cables and clutch cable and extending the wires so that it would reach. But now, in order to make the handlebars reach better for her, I'm going to have to extend all the wires and get longer clutch cables and throttle cables and brake lines whenever I do proceed with that step. But for the time being, she's just going to have to ride it with the bars a little forward and have to reach for them a little bit. because things have come up and I'm just not going to have the time to mess with this for a while again once I'm done with it. So I'm going to put those back to normal, and that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and maybe you can learn from my mistake.